most interested in is electricity. We've had electrical challenges in Texas and in Florida, but they were quickly taken care of by the governors of those two states, and a lot of capability that came into those particular states. Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands is a completely different paradigm. People have asked me in the last several weeks, why don't you do in Puerto Rico what you could have done in Florida? Because it is an island, and it is very, very hard to just drive hundreds of pole trucks and hundreds of material down into Virgin Islands and down into Puerto Rico. The load is up in San Juan. So the challenge is, how do you continue to get that electricity from south to north? Even if, in fact, all of the power plants are up and running, we would have a generation shortfall. So about a week and a half ago, we cut a contract to a large company to come back in and place a temporary power plant in San Juan. That arrived a week ago. It came off a gigantic barge, and that power plant is being built today and will be up by the end of October. But even once we get the transmission running throughout all of Puerto Rico, the problem is going to be, how do you get that down to the people? And that's what we call distribution. So this is when you have houses with power poles, the poles and the lines, to be able to continue to connect those. And this is where the real challenge is. We need 62,000 poles to be able to get this up and running. And we haven't done a 100% assessment of all this, but based on what we assess right now with several different flights over this network and talking to our teammates in PREPA, that was 62,000 poles. We're probably going to need about 6,500 miles of wire. Just imagine this be done faster. The average trained crew on a flat football field can probably put 2 poles in a day. You don't have a flat football field. You've got a road with down the trees in it, and when you go up to where to replace that line, all these telephone poles are all these power poles are leaning over. All the old cables still on it. So you've got to strip all that back out and completely rebuild that grid. So it's going to take a lot of time for 435 crews to be able to get all of those poles up and running and get them in ground. Towers about 75 feet high, and they go all throughout Puerto Rico. This is a massive logistics challenge. And so we're bringing in about $150 million right now of cable and poles. This has come in with a lot of support from the FEMA team and DLA, Defense Logistics Agency. And we've got basically large logistics bases. We'll put one in the east, the north, the south, and the west to be able to receive those. And the challenge is going to be, how do you get them up in the top of some of those mountains to be able to take care about that? You're going to, again, talking about the Corps of Engineers, not talking about the defense missions here. If there's anything that we could do to do this faster, we would be doing it. And so this is where it's not because we don't have the support. It's because this is a massive rebuild that is going to take months, and we're going all out, and I'm getting all the help that I need from the federal government.